What's going on, guys? Happy Halloween. We're going to be diving into something today a little different, and that is Season 5, Episode 17, the Halloween special of Boy Meets World. Let's get into it. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Movie Dive. Today we're going to be diving into something a little bit different than we normally dive into, and that is a Halloween special. Randomly today, I was like, I don't got that much time to watch a whole movie. What is something good in the Halloween world I can check out? And that would be Boy Meets World. Something that I grew up watching every single day back in the 90s, and it was maybe one of my favorite sitcoms of all time. There will be spoilers in this episode. However, this is a show that is 30 years old, and I don't know if you care that much about spoilers for this. Before we do, though, please do not forget to subscribe to the Movie Dive. I'll be giving away a $50 gift card to one out of every 100 subscribers. Comment down below for a higher chance of winning, only one winner per month. So Boy Meets World, just an absolute staple of my childhood. I used to watch this every day after school on the Disney Channel, like many people my age did as well. This was back in the days when they had 24 episodes every single season. Of course, I got to crank these out because they're about 22-minute long episodes. This show hit a lot of the same beats every single episode. You know, coming of age story, some funny stuff happens in the episode, these kids act up, then there's a message at the end of the episode that's supposed to make everything better, and we all learn our lesson. But then we stumble upon Season 5, where we got Episode 17, where we got Corey, Sean, Topanga, Angela are all in detention. They do turn this into a Halloween episode. I do like how they tie in the episodes beforehand because Corey and Topanga just finally broke up. Of course, one of the best characters of the show is Mr. Feeney. This guy, I feel like, just hit the comedic beats the whole time.
You fell asleep. Feeney's looking at you like he's gonna kill you.
I truly feel like he was an adult figure to these characters as it was to me watching this show. But yeah, so they're stuck in detention in this episode. They have a character in this episode called Kenny, which is pretty funny because they make jokes about how Kenny is just a throw-in character. For example, there's one moment where they point out that Kenny's going to be the first to die, and he's like, "Why me?" And they're like, "We're not going to die." And I thought that was a pretty funny joke there.
Me? Why me?
Well, Kenny, it's certainly not gonna be any of us. What are you doing?
So of course Kenny does die. Remember as a kid watching this thinking that it was pretty cool how violent it was, especially it being on the Disney Channel. Kenny gets a pencil into his head. He dies in a really gruesome way. Eric, who comes into the episode, and watching it back now, it's crazy to see how much influence Jim Carrey had on a lot of the comedy back in the 90s. It seemed just to be everywhere with overacting with your body, but still the comedy does hit with some beats with Eric. I thought he was a very, very funny character. They have kind of a screenplay off with someone in a mask running around in the hallways. They've got the Mr. Feeney song playing, which is really funny. And then suddenly Jennifer Love Hewitt shows up in this show. I think this is the only part that didn't age that well, where Eric just sees her and automatically starts kissing on her, which is kind of odd. I wonder how much they had to pay her back in the day to show up for just the few minutes she showed up for, because she was a pretty hot commodity at the time. And of course, this whole episode ties into another big lesson where it turns out the actual killer is Sean himself. He wakes up, he's in detention. Even though the theme of the episode, of course, comes off really cheesy, I think they do say some stuff that actually really matters, as Sean is someone who was growing up and just blames everything on himself. And the fact that his two best friends he's known forever have just broken up, and they're kind of doing the Goodwill Hunting thing of, it's not really your fault, this would have happened with or without you. However, I did absolutely love all the Halloween themes. I'm glad they threw something like this in the show. It was really fun to watch. It's fun to watch Jennifer Love Hewitt's cameo, something that you can check out on Halloween if you're short on time. Again, it's only 22 minutes long, and maybe I'll rewatch the whole show someday, who knows. But you guys, have you ever watched Boy Meets World, the Halloween episode? Is it a staple in your childhood the way it is mine? Or do you have kids that maybe you can show it to someday? Let me know in the comments. We will see you next time on the Movie Dive.